Is the Tarragindi market crashing? Is it completely destroyed? Are we flattened out? Prices going down? These are the questions I'm being asked every day. I'm Matthew Logovic, your local agent here in Tarragindi, and I'm here to give you some guidance and understanding through this crazy time of real estate that we're in the middle of experiencing. So, first things first, yes, the market has definitely changed. And what do I mean by that? We're seeing at our open homes a pretty drastic drop off of buyers through. And it's not just our open homes, it's across the board in Queensland, New South Wales, Sydney, Melbourne. Australia-wide has had a huge drop-off of active buyers coming through inspections. The clearance rate at auctions sitting here in Queensland right now is the lowest it's been since 2020 when COVID came and wiped out everything. So yes, the market has definitely changed pretty dramatically. Some of the reasons that are forcing these changes are obviously the budget which has come through from government. They've made some pretty drastic changes that have upset quite a few people. However, typically this is a more investor-heavy demographic that's really pulling back from the market. And Tarragindi itself is not exactly that type of suburb where you're driven by rentals or investment properties. So the actual demographic or the transactions that are going through in Tarragindi are almost unaffected in this sort of scenario. We've had interest rate increases, multiple, throughout the year. And I know we didn't have one for the last month that's just come by, but as we've sort of accumulated through the year, we've had interest rate increase, interest rate increase. What does this mean? It means less borrowing capacity for buyers. It also pushes people into a position where they may not be able to feel confident in the purchasing power of themselves. So they start to question whether or not they're going to overpay. They don't want to be put under financial pressure, and that reduces buyer sentiment. We've also had a war. In case we forgot that, there hasn't been too much in the news recently regarding this, but that war sort of came along. That already triggered a massive slowdown in confidence. Political changes, these are massive things for real estate typically. So we've had two of those things happen, plus the interest rates. And then to top it all off, on top of that, we've got the end of financial year, which is slow. We've got school holidays, which is slow. We have this time of year, the winter months, which is another reason for the slow volume that's happening right now. So we've got this huge accumulation of all of these events tying into one very, very quiet period of time. Days on market is increasing across the board, but Tarragindi as well, we're seeing longer days on market. So I guess that's kind of the landscape and the facts around the actual slowdown. Yes, there is less people coming through. Yes, buyers are taking more time to purchase. Yes, slower through in general. However, I think the main thing here is the property pricing dropping? And that is the question being asked. And yes, there is more variation that we're starting to see in the market. We are seeing some signs of a drop or a reduction in price around. And if you've been paying attention, you'll probably be able to see that. But we're also seeing some properties sell at record prices still through this, which means one thing. Preparation and strategy is going to be more important now than ever. So previously in the market the last 2-3 years where everything's selling, all the excitement, volume, transactions, let's all buy, let's all sell, you could just choose any strategy. It could be auction, it could be for sale, it could be priced, it didn't really matter. Just choose a strategy, launch whatever you're happy with, and most likely you're going to get an okay result or a great result. However, with less buyers, less ability to create competition, your ability to position yourself with a strategy that is suitable for your property. And I mean, there's different strategies based on new builds right now, on subdivisions, on used home or secondhand homes. There is a strategy for each property to get the best buyer right now. And your ability to come up with a strategy, execute a plan to get the correct buyers through that property is critical now more than ever if you do want to try to get top dollar for your home. So be aware that if you are looking to list in the coming months, or you are likely to have maybe a longer time on market. We're not expecting everything to be under contract in the first week like we once upon a time were, but if we're looking at a 4 to 8 weeks range, we're seeing pretty confidently properties are selling in that time. It's very important for you as a homeowner, vendor, if you are looking to sell, to make sure that you discuss with an agent, someone that knows the area, someone that knows exactly what's going on in the market, the strategy that works best for your property, and make sure that you position your home in the best light that it can be through presentation, through rectifications ahead of time, through marketing position. Talk to an agent, get a strategy, and I think that you're going to be absolutely okay. Will it bounce back? Will we get that momentum coming back into the market? I would expect so, yes. We got 2 weeks school holidays about to finish. After that period of time, I would expect buyers to come back in, more confidence, and that sort of push back through that we've had previously. Not a fortune teller, but that would be my expectation. I think that Tarragindi as a whole has held out pretty well in what has been a pretty bad position for many suburbs, and there's been plenty of reports to back that up where Tarragindi has held its own as far as growth. So, guys, if you have any questions regarding the market right now, any questions at all on what to do for yourself if you're thinking of selling, just reach out to us. Either call me, send me a message, DM me, or comment on this post. If you've got any more questions about anything, comment below. Let me answer them for you, and I will see you next time. Thank you.